Hey guys, welcome to Football Index Fantasy Football episode 3. Let's build that midfield, okay? So, as you can see by the page we're starting on here, we're getting a midfielder from Liverpool. And this one, guys, is probably the one I've got the least um, proof of potential success in, but it's just like a little bit of a gut feeling. So the midfielder we're going for is Gini Wijnaldum. Okay, so again, Liverpool's fixtures, we've seen them in the previous episode, yeah, with Robertson. So yeah, nice run of fixtures. We're happy enough with that. We look at Wijnaldum. His stats aren't great for the season. You know, he's played up. He plays all the time for Liverpool, and again, similar to Robertson, I've got vivid memories of this time last year, and this kind of pivotal point in the season, him really stepping up and putting in some really good performances for the team. You know, so again, it's just he's nice and cheap, and you know, if he has one good game, his price will move. You know, and for him to have a good game, is he in amongst the divs? Has he got an assist? Has he scored a goal? Because he's got that in his game. We all know that. You know. So yeah, Jamie Wijnaldum. If you look at him on the index, he's pretty much priced round about a nice average over the last 3 months. We've got him at 38 pence. He's been lower. He's been 34 pence. He's been much higher. He's been 45. You know, so he's at that nice kind of little crossroads where there's not really too much room for failure, and there's a nice wee bit of room for a wee bit of success, which is cool. And with the Champions League run that they could potentially have, and you know the drama with the league and high intensity games, if you do well in matches like that and the world is watching, the Football Index community is also watching. So that's my kind of thought process behind that. The next midfielder we've got now, wait till you have a real good look at this. Real Madrid's fixtures, okay, so we've got a midfielder from Real. Now, Real's fixtures between now and the 5th of May, we've got Eibar, Leganes, Bilbao, Getafe, Vallecano, Villarreal. I feel like my Spanish accent. That's 6 amazing, amazing matches for Real Madrid. Any players you're holding that have match day div potential. It's a great run of fixtures, you know, for Real Madrid back under Zidane, okay? And the player we've went for is Marco Asensio, okay? Now, Asensio's not had a good season this year, but he was very good under Zidane previously. And as you'll see in the kind of slides as we get through them, I can see a bit of evidence he's returning to that kind of trend, okay? So, for the season so far, he's not done too great. 15 starts, 8 off the bench, 1 goal, 2 assists. Stats aren't great otherwise. Champions League, 2 goals and 2 starts, 5 off the bench. Again, not too great. Last season he was amazing. I think you would probably all remember. So this is basically the run of fixtures since Zidane's been back in pretty much, and he's been back playing 90 minutes for Real, rather than he was just playing bit. You know, even though it's saying he was starting, when you go back and you look for his matches, he wasn't always getting 90 minutes. He was getting subbed off quite a lot, and he's now starting to get back into that habit. Right underneath there, you can see he scored against Ajax, but also they get knocked out, so who cares? But you know he's starting to get 90 minutes under his belt again, and you know with the fixtures they've got, and if Zidane keeps playing him, which I believe he will, he's definitely got the potential to take on, bag some goals, and get some assists for the team. You know, so he's somebody I've got a lot of belief and faith in doing well for us over the next 30 days. If we look at his price, we've caught him at a 3-month low because his form this season's been so awful. You know, so we've got him at 138, which I think is a lovely little price to be picking him up for, with his pre-established ceiling in mind, and also the fact that he's not had a post-split spike, you know, so he could really move anywhere price-wise, you know, but you know, depending on how his games and what he does, is a great position to be in. Okay, the next player we've got is a midfielder from PSG. You can probably guess who it is. I'll just put you out your misery. It's Angel Di Maria. Okay, now if you look at Paris Saint-Germain, when they win big. They score 2, 3, 4, 5 goals, you know, in the league all the time. It's not out of the ordinary. I'm not telling you something you're not aware of. We look at the fixtures they've got. You know, we've got 4 nice games there before the cup. You know, so we've got Strasbourg, Lille, Nantes, Monaco. And then after that cup game, we've got Montpellier when we have Nice. Okay, so 6 great fixtures domestically. And wait till you see this. So Di Maria is the 4th rated best player. It doesn't surprise you, I'm sure. He's having a great season. He's playing really, really well. But look at this. In the league, 23 starts, 9 goals, 10 assists, 3 shots a game, dribbles and tackles, really good. Champions League, good stats there as well. When you look at his form, he's bang on it now since they've been out the Champions League. You know, still even right after it, goals and assists and man the matches and all this type of thing. Guys doing great there now. And at 59 pence, you know, he's not the cheapest you could get him for in the last 3 months, but he's certainly not far off it. You know, he's a great price for the fixtures they've got coming up, what he offers, and the form he's in. You know, so again, very low risk for a potentially really good upside. Okay. And then the next player we come to is a midfielder from Barcelona. Okay, so again, Barcelona are having a really great season, but it's not really getting the same kind of attention that it normally would. You know, they look to be winning the league, and they've still got Man United in the Champions League. I do fancy them to get past Man United, which is part of the reason I've bought this player. Okay, so as you can see, when Barca win, similar to what we're seeing with PSG, they score 3, 4, 5 goals. The player we've got is Coutinho, by the way. So Atletico Madrid tomorrow, tough game. Man United, tough game away. You know that is. But then we've got Huesca. Then we've got Man United at home. Then we've got Sociedad. Then we've got Alaves. Then we've got Levante. Then we've got Celta Vigo. Okay, so great fixtures for somebody like Coutinho to be playing in and potentially doing his thing. Okay, now again, he's had a really funny season. You know, with the Man United links. He wasn't in the team for a good spell. I held Coutinho in the index. About November, December time when he was out the team, as he came back into it and hit a good bit of form, and I know he performs well on the index, and I've had a good track record with him in the past, so I've got a bit of trust in him that having some money in him is get limited downside, let's say, especially with the transfer links to Man United. Anything that happens in that game, Barcelona get knocked out, Barcelona knock out Man United, people will write about Coutinho, especially if he gets like game or fixture or tie deciding goals or assists or something, because he's got that presence with English media from his time at Liverpool. You know, so he's really attractive in my opinion. Okay, we have a look at his season, and he's right down there at number 8, so he's doing okay. He's not doing the best. I say we've kind of spoke about that already. In the league, 18 starts, 10 off the bench, 5 goals, 2 assists. But when you drill into it and you see the games he's actually started in all competitions, so he started 20 at left forward, 5 goals, 3 assists, which isn't too shabby at all. And then if you scroll down, you see centre mid, started 9, scored 3, assisted 4. You know, so again, his stats don't look great, but when he actually starts matches, he's doing really well. You know, and then if you look at his kind of pattern here, this is from like the beginning of January, yeah, all the way through. So he's not really got 90 minutes under his belt. He started a few games, you can tell, with the 74, the 62, the 78 minutes. He's obviously started there. Then his minutes have dropped down, and he wasn't in the squad, and he's getting back into it a bit there, starting 2 games, scoring against Leon. And then from there, you can see 1 minute against Betis, and then he's went and played for Brazil. He came back from international duty, played 81 minutes, played 60 minutes, scored a goal, you know, so he's definitely getting brought back into the fold for this period where getting past Man United is really important, and making sure they wrap up the league is really important as well. So again, for the price we've got him at, which was 179. Sorry, I've not got a graph for him. I should have done that. Apologies. Limited downside in my opinion. Okay, so that's the midfield, guys. We have 25 Di Maria at 59 pence. We have 15 Wijnaldum at 38 pence. We have 10 Coutinho at 179, and we have 20 Asensio at 138. Okay, so that's the midfield put together, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe, retweet, all that good stuff, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.